Hi there, and thanks for tuning in. We are Sakshi, DJ, and little Pixie, and we are all about exploring new places and trying delicious vegetarian food along the way. In the last video, we had shared our explorations in the Dutch countryside, and in this travel vlog, we are taking you to the English countryside on our road trip from London to the picturesque Cotswolds, where we discovered the charm of traditional English villages, enjoyed a delightful stay in a cozy cottage, visited farms and parks with our toddler, and savoured moments of tranquility in the countryside. The Cotswolds is an area located in south-central England known for its picturesque landscapes, charming villages and rolling hills. The area is characterized by its distinctive honey-coloured limestone buildings, which give the villages a unique and timeless charm. Our rental car was a Toyota Corolla hybrid that we rented via the TURO app. As first-time users of this service, we must say the experience was excellent. The communication via the app was prompt, making the logistics hassle-free and the whole trip very convenient.
Hello, good morning from such a bright and lovely day in London today. We are very excited because we are starting our very first road trip in the UK after we've moved in. So for those who are new to the channel, we just moved from Singapore to the UK. It's been just about 2 months, so we are very new here. And DJ, how do you feel about driving in the UK?
I think initially it took me some time, like 10-15 minutes, because last time I drove was in India. And I was driving manual in India. So here I took an automatic on rent. So it took like 5 to 10 minutes to get used to the car and not to use both of your legs and use just one of your leg only. So yeah, overall getting there, I think it takes around 15-20 minutes to get used to it.
The drive from London to our first stop, a village called Stow-on-the-Wold, was about 80 miles, which took us about 2.5 hours with a coffee stop in between. The drive was fairly easy, mostly via the M40 motorway, but quite monotonous. However, it was a completely different experience as soon as we entered the countryside. Navigating the winding country roads surrounded by greenery and passing through the pretty villages was a treat to the senses. We arrived at Stow-on-the-Wold a little before lunchtime. This is a historic market town and a popular destination in the Cotswolds. Its name Stow comes from the Old English word for meeting place, reflecting its historical significance as a gathering point and market town. We parked the car and walked around the market square, which is lined with charming shops, boutiques, cafes and antique stores offering a delightful shopping experience, or in our case, a window shopping experience. After some time, we stopped at a lovely Italian restaurant to get something to eat.
So we just stopped in a small village called Stow-on-the-Wold, and it's quite pretty and nice because it's actually a very clear and sunny day today. So the houses are looking so pretty with all the greenery on some of the houses. It's looking like a movie set, kind of a feeling we are getting. So we just made a pit stop here and we are having a lunch here. And the setting looks so dreamy. You can see there are so many trees and stone-walled background of the buildings. So the place we are having lunch is called Sheep on the Sheep Street. It's so small, you know. When I was looking at the map which restaurants to go for lunch, and there were like few of the restaurants showing, and we did not even walk 3 minutes and everything was nearby, just everything was just close by. So these are nice cute little villages. So the advantage of that is you can walk around very easily and enjoy.
After a couple of hours, we were on the road again, driving towards the Cotswold Farm Park. This is a working farm and a visitor centre that offers an interactive and educational experience for all ages. The farm park was founded by Adam Henson, a well-known British farmer and television presenter, whose vision was to create a place where people could learn about and appreciate traditional British farming and rural life. The entry ticket, which you may book online to save a couple of pounds, is about £20 per adult and £12 for toddlers. Here, we got the opportunity to get up close with several animals such as Highland cows, sheep, goats, chickens, and more. Our toddler Pixie really enjoyed seeing all the different animals right in front of her as opposed to in her picture books. We also bought animal fodder and fed several animals through a chute, an activity that Pixie seemed to enjoy quite a lot as well. She was a little scared of feeding animals directly off her hands, but it was something that we as adults really had fun with. The park also offers family-friendly activities. There are play areas for children, including an adventure playground and a maze where the little ones can burn off some energy. We deliberately chose to visit this farm park on a bright and sunny day, and we were so glad that we did, as it provided a fun and enjoyable experience for both us and our toddler.
Hey, so it's 3:30 p.m. in the evening and we just arrived at our Airbnb to check in. So we are staying in a village called Kingham in a cottage that you can see behind me, which we booked on Airbnb. And this village is actually very close to other well-known villages like Stow-on-the-Wold or Burton-on-the-Water. So it's about 20 minutes to those villages, so very convenient and easy to get to if you are driving. So now let me show you around the cottage. So it comes with the parking, as you can see, and it's located right next to a farm. So we have like very pretty views and unobstructed views of the area around. Alright, so let's go inside. So this is the main entrance to the cottage. So the first floor is the living area and the kitchen. So as you enter, you can see this is like a nice and large room with this very comfy couch over here, and there's a small nook for your dining over here, and then this is a very nice and spacious kitchen as well. They have provided pots and pans, there's an electric hob and oven, and also a refrigerator. And now let me show you the upstairs. So this is the upstairs. It's a very cute bedroom. DJ, are you happy with the bed size?
Yes, very happy.
Yeah, this is a large king size bed. We also have a baby cot just in case, although I doubt Pixie will sleep there. Hopefully she does, but if not, the bed is large, so I think we'll be okay. And here's the view from the little window. See, rolling hills, farms, and wildflowers all around, and blue skies. Really pretty. So it's 6:30 p.m. at the moment, and we are still at our Airbnb. We actually did have plans to venture to nearby villages and get some drinks and dinner and roam about and take more advantage of the lovely day today. However, Pixie fell asleep while we were driving from the farm to the Airbnb. I guess she got really tired through all the driving and the activity. And I just checked on her and she's in a very deep sleep. I doubt that she'll wake up anytime soon, which means that we are stuck here. And which I guess is good in a way, because we have no choice but to slow down and enjoy this whole atmosphere around us. And while we were waiting for her to wake up earlier this afternoon, we also ended up having a nice coffee and sandwiches. And then we made some drone shots. So I'll leave you with those drone shots, and I hope that you enjoy the pretty views.
Our day 2 started with a quick breakfast in our cottage. And then we were off again to explore more of the countryside and villages.
Hello, good morning from another lovely day in the UK today. This is our day 2 in the Cotswolds and we have just arrived at a village called Bourton-on-the-Water. It's a very well-known must-visit destination and we are so looking forward to exploring more. So at the moment we are walking towards the village from the car park and it's such an interesting pathway. Narrow streets which are lined with these signature yellow Cotswold stones, and yeah, I mean, I think it's opening up into the market square.
Burton-on-the-Water is a charming village known for its idyllic riverside location. The village is built on the banks of the river Windrush, which flows through its center, earning it the nickname of Venice of the Cotswolds. Here we spent a long time just sitting by the river, watching the ducks swim by and soaking in the lively atmosphere that beautiful Sunday. It was quite busy that day, but we enjoyed the festive vibe with everyone having a great time. After a while, we walked around exploring the little shops and cafes and got ourselves a Cornish pasty from a shop called Cornish Bakery. This was vegetarian with a filling of potato and cheese and tasted so good. Now we were headed back to the village centre in search of some lunch. As the day was busy, a lot of the restaurants were full. So we settled for this simple cafe called Burton Riverside Cafe and enjoyed an egg mayo sandwich, a vegetarian panini and some coffee while enjoying the pretty view from the window. While Burton-on-the-Water has a motor museum and a model village, we chose a more child-friendly activity and opted to visit the Birdland Park and Garden. This is a wildlife park that is home to a variety of bird species where you can observe penguins, flamingos, parrots, owls and many others up close. The entry ticket is about £14 per adult and £10 for children between 3 to 15 years and free of cost for those under 2 years. For this one too, you may book online to save a pound or two. Pixie had a great time in this park. She was really excited to see the penguins and just didn't want to move away from their enclosure. The colorful flamingos, especially the bright orange ones, were fascinating to look at too. She also had fun getting up close with the tortoises and even got the chance to touch them with her bare hands. The park also features a dinosaur-themed area with a built-in children activity to spot and name as many dinosaur species as you can. Even though Pixie is too young for this activity, she can recognize what a dinosaur looks like thanks to picture books and cartoons. She did seem to be having a nice time here, except for when the dinosaur sounds got a little too scary for her.
Pixie got scared. Pixie got scared.
The park also features a cafe and a children's playground for families to have a good time together. By now, we all were spent and decided to call it a day. We drove back to our cozy little cottage in Kingham and enjoyed preparing a meal together. The experience of actually living in a place versus just renting a room is why we love and prefer homestays on our travels. We enjoyed the simple meal in the quiet dining nook of our cottage and relaxed at home till the sun went down. A little note on car parking in the Cotswolds villages. We easily found paid or free parking in certain villages, especially the market towns like Stow-on-the-Wold and Burton-on-the-Water. But in other villages, you may not find a proper parking and you may have to park on the side of a country road, such as in the case of Lower Slaughter.
Hello, good morning. Today is our day 3 in the Cotswolds and the weather is not so great today. It's quite cloudy and windy, so it's kind of cold. But since we are here, we are going to explore a couple of villages. So we have now checked out from the Airbnb and we are going towards a village which is called the Lower Slaughter. So we are going to walk around, explore, and then later in the day we might check out another village. So let's see how it goes.
Lower Slaughter is another charming village situated on the banks of River Eye. Crossing the river are several stone footbridges, allowing you to stroll along the riverside and enjoy the scenery. One of the notable features in the village is the watermill, known as the Old Mill. Dating back to the 19th century, the mill is still operational and provides a charming background for the village. Unlike its more bustling neighborhood Bourton-on-the-Water, Lower Slaughter offers a quieter and more intimate experience. Moreover, the combination of the gently flowing river, the quaint cottages, and the moody weather created a serene and enchanting ambience that let us appreciate the timeless charm and tranquility of rural England. We spent about an hour here and then we were off to our next destination, the town of Burford. Burford is another historic town located in the Cotswolds region, often referred to as the gateway to the Cotswolds. One of the iconic landmarks here is the Church of St. John the Baptist. This medieval church stands as a testament to the town's religious heritage. Inside, we admired the beautiful stained glass windows, intricate stone carvings, and a sense of tranquility. The high street here is particularly enchanting, with buildings that showcase the town's prosperous past. It's lined with independent shops, antique stores, traditional pubs, and tea rooms, offering you a delightful shopping and dining experience.
So today we are in a village called Burford, which has a very nice high street and it has a lot of tea rooms. So we are in a tea room called Priory. So this is a very popular tea room on this high street and we just had a nice English breakfast tea along with a sandwich and a fruit scone with clotted cream and strawberry jam. And best of that was the fruit scone with cream and jam. It was just amazing. I can't express. It was so nice, and we had after so many years. Last time we had this was in 2016 when we visited UK for the first time, but it just triggered all those memories of those wonderful scones we had during that trip. So it was just amazing.
This was our last stop on the trip, and now it was time to head back to London. As we reflected on our time spent in the Cotswolds while driving back, we can say we felt rested and rejuvenated and would recommend the Cotswolds for anyone looking for a break from their routine city life. Thanks for watching. We hope this was useful and fun for you and gives you a starting point for planning your own trip to this part of England. As always, feel free to leave any questions or thoughts down below. Bye for now and see you back here soon.